Welcome back to part 3 of the video on asking for things in appraisals. And Miguel, as you know, I promised that I would offer you some sample questions and statements. Now, I have, as I've mentioned already, just made a video before this one for a delegate on asking for a pay rise, and you will notice that there are many questions and statements that you can use in other contexts as well, and this is one of them. So I have just used this for the requesting for a pay rise video, but let's see how we can translate it for your context as well. So, first of all, as you know, Miguel, you are allowed to ask for things. So I would like to ask for ... is a perfectly acceptable example. Therefore, as you know, you are allowed to ask your manager, I would like to ask a few questions, or I'd like to ask about some specifics related to the future, or I'd like to ask for an opportunity to do X or experience Y. So yeah, just keep that on the radar. You're allowed to ask, as you know, and those kind of preferences are absolutely fine. If it gets a bit tricky, as in it seems like the manager doesn't have anything to offer or is reluctant to offer something, you could try what's called, or what I call, an unlocking question. For example, under what conditions would it be considered, or would I be considered for the chance to ... And as you know, in your context, it might be the chance to get some more experience, the chance to do that project, the chance to work on this thing, etc. It's really good because they can't just say yes or no, they have to give some more details in relation to that particular thing you're asking about. A variant on this, unlocking question again, is what would need to happen for me to ... for me to get the chance, for me to be a candidate for that, for me to have the opportunity to acquire that experience, and so on. Which factors would need to be fulfilled in order for me to be considered, or in order for me to get the opportunity, or in order for me to take control of that part of the work? So again, unlocking question. Again, sometimes you will feel the need to state the reasons why you are a candidate, why you should be allowed, etc. So, for example, I believe I have demonstrated this ability. I believe I've committed to the process or project. I believe I've demonstrated loyalty over these years, and so on. I believe for 2 years I have shown a commitment to this, that and the other. And therefore, I would like to ... By the way, try to cut out the buts. For example, I did one there. I believe I have demonstrated for 2 years the willingness or the ability or the loyalty to do X, Y and Z, and therefore that's why I'm now asking if I can take control of this or do that. Most of the time people say, but I haven't had the chance to do this or take control of that. Avoid the but language, replace it with full stops or ands. I'm going to do a video soon on barrier language and bridging language, as I call it. I've got a handout for you. If you want me to send that to you, let me know. I have considered the specific contributions I have made. So in your context with the appraisal, Miguel, it might be I have thought precisely or carefully through the exact things I have done so far. Again, you might have it pre-prepared, bullet points maybe, printed. You could even offer it to your manager if he or she requests it. But you can demonstrate that you have an eye for the particular things you've done and or the particular things you need, i.e. you've got evidence for your position. Is there anything else I need to demonstrate in order to ... And if so, what specifically is it? So, is there anything else I need to do? Or is there anything else I need to demonstrate? Or is there anything else I need to acquire in terms of skills, knowledge and or experience in order to be able to do this part of the work or take this this on, this project? If they say yes, of course, probe it carefully. What specifically or what exactly, what precisely do I need to do? I often encourage the use of these adverbs, you know, because they encourage more accuracy from the other party. And then if you want, you can play around with different types of closing question, such as, am I right in saying that on the condition that I meet X criteria, I will be in a position to do that task or take on this project? A couple of closing questions, unless they're offering you something that's very clear and firm and definite, some closing questions tend to be very important, at the very least at the end of the conversation. So then at least you've got some kind of map of where you're going over the next few months. Okay, that's it for now. Some examples of questions and statements that you can use. Miguel, if they help, great. If you want more or different ones, that's fine. Let me know, and I will very happily, I'll produce another 100 for you if you like. I could bore you for months, but I don't want to do that. So yeah, talk to me. Let me know how we are with this. And by the way, if you approve of this, I'd love it if you subscribed and gave it a like on the channel. That would be superb. And yeah, thanks very much. I wish you all the best with it. I'm sure it will go well. Go forward and ask.